Hi there. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is rated for those aged 18 and older, as we do cover mature topics on occasion and swear often. So if you shouldn't handle these topics, click the fuck off right now. And, all you motherfuckers still here, enjoy the show. But anyway, yeah, I picked up Bridget, and I have found my character.
Huh.
She is so good. She blends everything I loved about playing Giovanna Ramlethal and Strive Biken.
Unironically, it's why people were so hyped for Bridget to come back, and then it got overshadowed by all of the bigotry surrounding Bridget. Because
Yeah, fuck off.
like playing Bridget is so fucking good. Like there's a reason
Satisfying,
why
yeah.
there's a reason why I was hyped personally when she came back in Strive, because holy fucking shit, Bridget is fun to play as.
Her kit looks so much more complicated than it actually is.
I've never played any Guilty Gear game ever, so I'm just sitting here like...
You're the singular not having played a fighting game ever gal of the group.
Excuse me, I have played fighting games. Fuck you.
What fighting games have you played, Jazzy?
I have played a shit ton of Mortal Kombat, thank you.
Very nice.
I've also bit of Blaze Blue, a lot of the Persona 4 Arena duology.
Oh yeah,
like,
I forgot
that was
Persona
like my
was
shit
a fighting
back in
game.
high school. Yeah. Yeah, I played a bit of Blaze Blue. I remember I tried that game where it was kind of a Blaze Blue crossover with like a bunch of other franchises. Like it reused Persona 4 assets to have them, but it was also Ruby characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ruby continues being a big thing.
That was weird and chaos.
The tag game.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone to the Chrismaotically Queer podcast.
Yep, we got it.
Oh, I should be mad, but I'm too like in awe of that pun.
Well, it's also
Totally planned, not rehearsed.
You have just been
if
waiting for that
flubbed
one,
it,
Missy.
it was gonna be really funny.
But yes, everyone, welcome to the fucking season.
Say it.
Season's greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Chaotically Weird I think that's the worst flub I've ever done for like opening this up.
You're doing really well, Chloe. Just keep going. I'm not being sarcastic.
Welcome to the
I'm supporting you. I promise.
Welcome to the last fucking podcast of the year.
But what's the name of the podcast, Chloe?
Chaotically Queer. Jesus Christ.
Yes, we got there. Bad flubs make for good content.
Right?
You're not wrong. Also, if my voice seems a little bit more interesting compared to the other podcasts you've done, don't worry. It's only because I've only just gotten over COVID and the back of my throat is still a little bitch.
Jesus.
It's all right.
If I'm sniffling a little, I got my first piece of fan mail ever, and I'm kind of crying because this is so weird to happen. So
Yo.
That's adorable.
Let's go. I
guess I inspired someone to be a voice actress, and I'm just like, oh
Hell
my
yeah.
god.
Hell yeah. We love it. We fucking love it, honestly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, that's...
Ding, ding. Oh!
What the fuck was that?
Jazz, you're not familiar with the meme?
No.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Oh my
Hold
god.
up.
No, I know the one
on.
you're talking about.
Yes. I'm trying to find it in the Discord GIF repository. Keep going. Well, go on without me. I need to find this.
All right. So the SAG Strike is over.
Yeah, we talked about that last time.
No, we didn't actually.
We didn't? Oh shit, you're
right.
right.
The SAG Strike was being it was being discussed last time we did the podcast. It officially came to an end, I think, a week or two after we did that podcast.
Yay! So can I finally say there's no way in hell Disney's getting any Academy Awards this year, and I'm fucking hyped.
Oh yeah, fuck's sake.
Because because I haven't seen Wish, but based on everything people who have seen it have told me about it, whoo!
Yeah. And like, genuinely, this has been one of the worst years Disney has had since, fuck, I want to say the mid 2000s?
Which is funny because it's been one of the best years for like most other films. So
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
I'll say in terms of overall quality of movies, like this year has been great. Before the podcast, I'm not going to talk about it too extensively because I think people should go see this movie blind. But I saw The Boy and the Heron, Miyazaki's new movie, fucking great. But like outside of that, there's films like so far my favorite film of the year is Nimona, and I think it's gonna stay there. Funny enough, so
Oh, God, yeah.
Holy shit, Nimona was this year.
There's
and
been a lot there's been a lot of good shit that's come out this year. A lot that we haven't been able to talk about because as soon as a lot of stuff started to come out around about June or July, SAG was just like, no, you can't talk about that stuff. You're not allowed to. No.
For good reason.
At the
Yeah, and
time,
then-
yes. Now
Yeah.
I'm just like,
now that we've seen what the deal is, it's like, what was even the point then? Like,
yeah, like I think let's just get this out of the way real quick, just so we get all of our vitriol for this out of the way. I don't think anyone in this podcast is ever really gonna want to join the SAG union at this point, if we're being honest.
I've already been hesitant to, is the thing. Like, so here's the thing with me. A lot of my biggest work just comes from non-union gigs, and if I went full SAG, those would all be donezo. And I'm a softie for like my fans and everything, so I'm gonna be like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna leave like stuff like II and everything. So, like, I love it too much. So it's like I think the most I'd ever go is FICOR, but after this deal, I'm even hesitant to do that much. Like,
Same, honestly, because it's just like, for those who don't know the context, SAG kind of fucked everyone over because they approved a deal, or at least like 37%, a majority of 37% of SAG members.
Was it like 78% of 37% of
Yeah, so
the
that's like
total
just,
membership?
Yeah, so that's just like below 30% of all of the membership of that's currently in SAG basically voted to approve the deal that they got, which did not address the issues with AI. And
nope.
And for context, this is the exact same thing that happened when streaming was a thing. And that's sort of where we got into the mess that a lot of actors are in right now when it comes to their rights, when it comes to streaming.
It's
So-
just it's such a bad deal, and like, yeah, like you said, Chloe, I'm in agreement that where I'm just so now, like, any hesitancy that I've ever had about joining SAG at any point in my future has turned into outright refusal, if I'm being real. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I wasn't as hesitant. I was like, I might consider it if I ever get like to that point, but this is outright making me feel like I do not want to have anything to do with SAG after this, unless there is an absolute uprooting of like whatever the fuck caused this to happen. Then I want nothing to do with SAG, to be completely
Yeah,
upfront
they-
right now.
yeah, it's just, and I know that's crazy to say as someone who's working, that's crazy to say for three people who are working actors, but that's just how fucked it is. That's just how fucked it is. Like,
Yeah, to put it into context, we're all in our like mid to late 20s, and this deal essentially is going to be the thing that would have essentially like been make or break for like not just our careers, but the majority of people in our age brackets, to be honest, for the next few decades. So
yeah,
the fact that SAG has not addressed that and may not address it anytime soon is really fucking worrying, and it's gonna be an interesting few years. Like, I'm gonna remain hopeful that like AI doesn't run rampant in the acting industry, but I kind of can't help but think to myself, oh boy, this is gonna become an interesting
Yeah.
time to be an actor the next couple years.
yeah, I'm feeling very cynical towards the whole deal, and let's just say I'm kind of glad my work as it is stands right now is all indie stuff, because typically I've never really had any issues beyond stuff I can easily walk away from. So
Oh yeah, 100%.
as it stands, none of us are at time of recording even SAG eligible.
No, I've received auditions for stuff that could have made me that could ever potentially make me SAG eligible. Like, obviously not
Right,
going to
but
specify, but obviously not going to specify details because NDAs are
Yeah.
fun. But like I've had a few projects where it's like, yeah, if you do this, you could be SAG eligible. And it's like, back if you asked me about it a year ago when these projects were coming into my inbox, it'd be like, cool. And then I'll be like, but nowadays it's like, I'll still do that. I'll still go for this project, but the SAG eligibility doesn't really mean much for me. So
to say what's been on my mind, and I knew like this was going to come up, and I knew that I would have to have my thoughts in order. I myself, I do not understand how this happened. I will not speculate on how it happened. But based on these results as it stands right now, SAG-AFTRA is a it does not inspire confidence to represent me and my interests and my interest in my peers
right.
Yeah.
as an acting representation and institution.
It's just crazy. I know a lot of.
That is the most succinct way that I can put it
Mhm.
without going off the rails and unscripted and unprofessional.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I do see talk on social media about a voice actor union potentially forming separate of SAG, and honestly, I think that'd be really cool. It'd be a bitch to get established, admittedly, but if it is something that that people could see through, that'd be kind of cool. Like,
And this is how unions happen historically. Putting SAG aside, I am very much pro union as a way for workers to organize.
right, and it's kind of weird that you have to kind of preface any criticism of SAG with the fact that, for the record, I'm pro-union, which is like, no shit. That's why I'm being, no shit, we're pro-union. That's why we're being critical here.
I'm trying to ride the line of being critical while also diplomatic.
I get that. Meanwhile, I'm over.
That is all of my thoughts about it.
Yeah.
No one need put words in my mouth. I have given words.
You have done words.
I have done words.
You have done words?
Words.
They are very good words.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
But now
Happy December, everybody.
Yeah, now that we've talked about the strike and stuff, to talk about movies, I guess, for instance, I was gonna say, currently my favorite for 2023 is Nimona, but I think if there's a big close second place winner for me, it's Godzilla -1, which I just saw a few days ago.
Oh, I still need to watch -1, to be honest. I've heard so many good things about it.
Let me say this. I need to preface this. So, in the last month or so, I've kind of become a Godzilla fan. So, and I know I'm very late in my life to that train. But here's why, and let me preface this. So, my only experience with Godzilla, prior to my friend recently showing me a bunch of the Toho films, is that my only experience was Legendary's MonsterVerse films, and I hate the MonsterVerse films. They are awful.
They're fine. They're not as good as the Toho films, but aside from
Sorry, Toho films?
Yeah,
Is
Toho.
that Bullet Hell films?
No. That's why I swear to God, I thought I was the only one that was not going to make that correlation. I'm glad it was you, though, Missy.
But yeah. Point is, don't like Legendary's films. But my friend showed me my first Godzilla film from Japan, from Toho, was fittingly enough Shin Godzilla, the one made by the Evangelion man.
Oh god, Shin Godzilla is such a fucking trip. The entire
And
Shin verse that Otto's been making is wild.
I need to see all of it, but I'll say Shin Godzilla I really liked, and it made me understand the appeal. I've been watching more of them and kind of really enjoying it. Mothra is my child, and I want to protect her forever. And now after seeing -1, especially in theaters, I am now a fan. Like, holy shit, this was everything I wanted from a film to get me to understand the hype. This was like -1 was so good, not quite up there with Nimona as far as a #1 favorite film of this year, but goddamn close. Like,
Yeah. And like this year has just been so fucking good. Like there have been so many movies that I've been almost been dragged to the cinemas to go and see like almost every weekend because there's been so many goddamn films to go and see that are good. Like I know I have to go and see Boy and the Heron, and I might be dragged to go and see -1 at some point, but
good. -1's a good film to be dragged to. That's how I saw it.
good to know. But like there's also been a lot of really long movies this year. Like, we've had 2 3-hour movies this year alone.
I'm guessing you're referring to Oppenheimer and Killers of the Flower Moon?
Yes, and I only just watched Oppenheimer last night. Well, not last night,
Opp-
yesterday afternoon.
Oppenheimer was great. Flower Moon I need to watch again because I don't think I got it the first time, so...
Like, Killers of the Flower Moon is one that me and my, the partner that I live with, ended up, were just like, oh god, I want to go watch this because, like, I know that, like, I'm gonna love watching this in cinemas, but, like, it's 3.5 hours. Fuck that.
But in terms of this year, in terms of recent films that I couldn't talk about when I saw it, you want to know the film I was most hyped up for?
What?
Saw Goddamn X.
I honestly don't have that much investment in the Saw franchise, so
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, so tell us, how was Saw X, Jazzy?
Well, after years of sequels that never quite made the mark, some highlights notwithstanding, Saw X made the very bold decision of being a good movie.
So, would you say it's better than the Chris Rock spinoff?
I'm one of those few weirdos who actually thought Spiral was kind of fun, but yeah, I'll say it was better. So,
Good.
like, I thought Spiral was fun. It was dumb, but it was fun. Like, I don't think the only Saw films I've ever outright hated are 3 and 7. Like, other than that, I either genuinely like them as movies or find them so batshit insane that I just enjoy them on principle.
Wait, was 7 the one that was in 3D, or am I thinking of another one?
Yes, 7 was the one in 3D.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, I swear to God, if you were talking about the one that has the fucking carousel trap.
No, that's like that was like one of the best ones. So.
Yeah, that's one of the best fucking traps ever. Like, first.
No. If we're talking like really good ones, I'd say 1, 6, and X are all really good. So.
Holy shit. Okay. I say that like I don't have any investment in the franchise. I say that because like I watched the movies once and then I never watched them again.
I love that. It's like I have no investment in the series. And then you think I may have given shit to Saw 6 and you were like, "Did you just fucking say Saw 6 was a bad movie?"
Yeah, look, I'm a bit of a hypocrite sometimes. I'm sorry about this. Also, Missy's just in the corner like, I'm just gonna let these two talk about the fucking funny little...
Of course I am.
Have you watched any of these, Missy?
No. So I'm just over here like Call of Duty flashbang.wave.
Okay, what's a fun movie you wanted to talk about in the last couple episodes but couldn't do to strike stuff, Missy? I'm curious.
Castle in the Sky.
Oh, good.
We haven't had a podcast since watching Castle in the Sky.
That's right. Ah,
Yeah.
fuck, that's right. We watched Castle in the Sky like a few weeks ago.
You didn't expect me to have an answer to that, did you?
I know I was Missy. I was being nice. I was genuinely inviting you to the
No, I
table
got you.
to say
I got
talk
you.
about a movie you liked. So
I bet you didn't expect me to pull out the Uno reverse card. Castle in the Sky. It be a Ghibli film. A very good Ghibli film.
I have to say, this one's a bit different in terms of this viewing because not only is this Missy's first time watching this movie, it's my first time watching it with the reorchestrated tracks from the original Disney
Right,
release.
yes, you did want to talk about this,
That's right, because, like, I was the one that streamed it from my end this time around, and the version that we watched it on through, Australian Netflix has the reorchestrated version on it.
Yes. Now, that's interesting because when I first saw Castle in the Sky, I saw it from like the last Blu-ray release Disney did of the film before the rights went to G Kids. Now I've had a G Kids version of the film for a while, just because I've tried to get G Kids versions of every like Ghibli film just for the sake of a more harmonious collection, if that makes sense. Plus, I think the little yellow spine that Disney has for their Ghibli release is fucking hideous. So. But anyway, so on that release, they used the original 80s soundtrack, the original soundtrack that was made for the original Japanese release of the film.
which apparently sounded completely different.
Right, there was a lot more synth to it. Now, I didn't know this until later on, but apparently there was an entirely new score done by same composer, Joe Hisaishi, for Disney's English dub release of the film in the 90s. And apparently, and I didn't know this even though I've had this version on my shelf for years, apparently that's also the version the G Kids release Blu-ray of the film defaults to. However, if you watch Castle in the Sky on HBO Max, which is still what I'm calling it because just calling it Max sounds stupid, but if you go on there and watch that version, it only has the 80s soundtrack version, which was the last time I watched it, which was where I watched it last time before watching it with these two for this marathon. So that was always just the soundtrack to me. So imagine my shock as we watch here, Chloe sharing her screen, and we're watching it on Australian Netflix, which I assume is the same as US Netflix, only it's a kangaroo and says good day. Sorry, Chloe, for the racism.
I wouldn't necessarily call that racism.
I know. I was on the spot there. Stereotypes. There we go. I was blanking. Sorry, Chloe, for the stereotype.
Yep, you got it.
It was too fucking good. It was too fucking good, though. And it has like this music that I've never heard before. Like, and it's not like that's the case for every track in the movie. Some tracks are the same across both versions, but it was enough that I was like, "What is this strange version we're watching?"
Yeah, you were just having like a huge you were just kind of having like a casual breakdown the entire time.
Yeah.
Right, I was in the background losing my goddamn mind, having a Shinji moment, and y'all were just sitting there with popcorn. Thanks, guys.
Well, I was more just enjoying the fact that, like, goddamn, I haven't watched Castle in the Sky in years, and this is so fucking good.
And now that
I'm enjoying the film.
Yeah. And I'll say
I very much enjoy, like, based on the first two films, based on
yeah.
I forget what the proper name is. Valley of the Wind.
Yeah, Valley of the Wind.
Nausicaa.
Nausicaa, thank you. Based on Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, and Castle in the Sky, I adore Ghibli older women characters.
Oh yeah. I'll also say, but yeah, now that I've seen the films with both soundtracks, I guess I can say which one I prefer. So,
which one do you prefer, Jazzy?
you know what? I'm gonna be real. There are a few moments in the Disney soundtrack where I find it a little overbearing at times. But
Really?
like there's some scenes that played out in silence in the original version that I think that they added orchestrations to, and I think some of
Oh,
those
sure.
scenes were better just silent, and and that's fine. So in those regards, I found the soundtrack a little overbearing at times, but and this is a big, thick but. And yes, I
Goals.
did mean to phrase it that way. Do you
Lose.
know me? When the soundtrack hits, good God, it hits. And this was some of my favorite music I've heard in a Ghibli film. I'll say the moment that sealed it for me was The Fall of Laputa. It was a very short track in the original Japanese soundtrack that didn't last too long, but they expanded it in the for the Disney soundtrack. And my God, it feels like Hisaishi is taking a track that already sounded really good in the original version and just making it longer and better. So,
Yeah.
and that's not the only moment where it does that. And I think because of those big moments that really that really help scenes hit even harder than they did in the original version. I have to say I gotta go with the reorchestrated tracks. They're genuinely great, and I'm happy I found this new version of a movie I already loved. So
Having never seen any other version of this film, if you told me there was something different about the music, I would not have even considered it.
right,
Like everything in that movie feels like it's in it. Everything in that movie feels like it's in its place, and that is a testament to the reorchestration.
right, and it helps that those reorchestrations was done by the same composer, so it's not like a lot of dub
A
change.
complete overhaul.
Right, so it's not like so it isn't like going from original Japanese version of an anime soundtrack to something from 4Kids. No, it's a case where it's
Oh,
not
God.
it's
Yayo.
it's a case where they brought in the same dude to just like expand on the soundtrack, and the tracks that were still really good in the Japanese version are still there and they sound great. So
Yeah.
really, I just, again, the only complaint I have is that I found it overbearing in some scenes. But maybe me and being a video editor, maybe I'll make my own happy little edit of the film. So
Oh, God.
that keeps the
happy
scene
little
that
edits.
that keeps the scenes that were more effective with silence silent. So
Valid?
There are no bad edits. Only happy little edits.
Oh, God.
that's you should see everything I edit for other channels. That's
Beat the
that's
devil
my
out of that
philosophy.
script.
That's my philosophy. Not the devil part, but
Oh, God. Ah. God, okay, so we're all in agreement. Castle in the Sky was fucking amazing, right?
Yeah.
But here's
Yes.
the $1 million question about Castle in the Sky.
Uh-oh.
Do you prefer it to Nausicaa? Which do you like better? We're doing a ranking here, bitches.
Are we talking like tiered or in order?
Just in order to rank
order.
it, just tell me which one you think is better. Like, did you like Nausicaa better, or do you like Castle in the Sky better?
I like Castle in the Sky better.
Yeah,
All right,
Castle in the
Chloe?
Sky, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Castle in the Sky. So, majority vote in this ranking. Castle in the Sky is above it. So,
Future Chloe, when you're editing this, put a little, fucking ranking visual while we're talking about this, please.
yes,
My
and we're
future
gonna.
Chloe, you do great work.
You're wonderful, future Chloe. Did you do something with your hair?
I actually did do something with my hair. I fucking got a haircut. I got bangs again, and I've missed it so much because I look really good with bangs.
Nice.
So we get to see Bangs in Utna Retrospective Part 3, right?
Yeah, and also Steven Universe in Transition, which both should be coming out this month. I'm gonna try and get the Steven Universe video done before my birthday, which is in 4 days. Jesus Christ. Might be a bit later, maybe a bit later after the fact then, but Utna video is coming out before Christmas.
apparently, like,
Merry
I think
Crisis.
Like, apparently it is entirely possible I've gotten my roommate a little curious to see Utena as well, so that might be on our watch list.
Oh my god, yes! I'm getting more people into Utena, oh my god!
Because we've been watching Sailor Moon together. Like, I've been showing her Sailor Moon, and we're on R at this point. We're almost done with R and going into the objective best season, S, but
Oh, you're about to get into the first Ikuhara season.
right, well, no, R is the first Ikuhara season,
Oh,
isn't
right,
it?
yeah, R's the first Ikuhara season,
Yeah.
because he did, like,
Yeah,
seasons
he
2 and 3, and then he dropped off in order to do Utena.
right, well, he also did 4, had some issues with the studio, and then dropped off to do Utena. He did not do 5, like...
Yeah, so he did, like, half of, like, season 4.
Right, did he do half, or was he there for the whole thing? Like, and then just dropped off once it was done?
He was only, like, director for a couple episodes, and then he dropped off.
Okay, yeah. Because I know he didn't take over for R until after the Makai Tree arc was over, which, good, they needed a new director because Makai Tree was fucking terrible, but...
I should know all these
God.
things. I literally talk about the successor for, the remainder of season 4 and Superstars, being a director for, like, one episode of Utena, which is, like, one of the most important episodes of
Yeah.
Utena, and it's also
Yeah.
kind of just, like, a really nice little thing because, because it's just like, oh my god, he fucking brought him in, like, after having him take over for him in Sailor Moon. That's incredible.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. Like, yeah, so we were watching the episode and I was talking to my roommate. It's like, yeah, they had a new showrunner at this point in the anime. And he worked on it up to season 4, I guess, but then hated the fact that the studio was a bitch to work with, so went and did his own Magical Girl series with blackjack and hookers. So
Well, it's not really the fact that he kind of got fed up with the studio. He kind of just realized as he was working on Utena, not on Utena, fucking Sailor Moon, that he kind of just got inspired to do his own thing, and he started working on making Utena when he was wrapping up his work on season 4, and then he just got kind of inspired to do his own thing after a while, and then he was just like,
that's
hey,
interesting.
I want to leave and do my own thing, but I have a replacement ready to go.
Right. And it's funny because I guess yeah, he wanted to do his own series and make it gayer, so
Yeah, well, again, as I talk about in the first part where I talk about how they all came together, he just kind of realized, yeah, how about we just, like, have, like, a magical girl anime where it's just, like, there's no need for men being, like, the heroes of it.
right, and yeah, when I told it, it's like, yeah, I guess it was basically another Magical Girl series, but he wanted to make it gayer. My roommate was like, okay, we need to probably watch it, and I'm like, yeah, probably.
Oh my god.
You had me at gayer.
Like I know she's excited to when we get to Sailor Moon S because I keep hyping up Uranus and Neptune because I'm me, but
Of course.
yeah, it's interesting. I've been doing a fun little experiment of 3 separate viewings of Sailor Moon going on at the same time.
Oh
my God.
One with my roommate where we're watching all the episodes, including filler. One where I use a guide to kind of do more, like, not necessarily filler free, but do filler reduced. And one of Crystal. So, and I'm seeing which is the most ideal experience. And it's been a while since I watched Crystal. Chloe, can I go back to your in transition video where I lauded Crystal for a second? Because I think I was too nice to it.
Oh my god. Well, ironically, since I did that in transition video, I have actually watched Crystal, and it has its merits as being, like, a more direct translation of the manga, but, like...
It does. But there's something
the one
lost.
that came out much later, right?
Yeah.
The sort of
It's like-
truncated version.
It's like, Chloe, if you ever do like a redo of a Sailor Moon video, can I come in and just give my updated thoughts? Because I feel like it needs to be on the record.
I might not do an updated version of it, but I might do, like, a version where I go back and just, like, cover Crystal as, like, an addendum piece and just be like, So I actually did end up watching Crystal after this video, so here are my thoughts on it and how I feel about it compared to Sailor Moon.
Can I join, please? Because I feel I need to set the record straight in this series.
You need to correct
Y'all-
you need to correct the Jazzy from 3 years ago.
Right. Actually, let me rephrase that. I need to set the record gay from 3 years ago.
Oh god.
Y'all do realize that this is going up on Chloe's channel, right?
Yes.
Yes, but it doesn't count unless it's in transition. It's because of a rule I made up just now.
Oh god. But yeah, like, if I do ever end up making that video, sure, Jazzy, you can set the record gay.
Great. But yeah, I have to say, I'm about halfway through the first season of Crystal on this rewatch, and I don't think it's bad. I still really enjoy it. Let me just clarify that right now. I still like Crystal. I'm a fan. I just think it has a lot of problems I was a bit too ignorant to, so...
Yeah, I think I might have to rewatch it again myself, like, as a solo.
Like how everyone looks noodly.
Oh yeah, they have the fucking, they have the Gonzo effect.
Yeah, everyone has such noodly ass limbs, and I was like, my god.
It's like fucking clamp designers came into the picture for this one.
I'm sorry. Is the Gonzo effect an actual cinema critique term?
It's an anime critique thing because Studio Gonzo has a thing where their proportions.
Oh, you're
are
not
fucking
talking about the
wonky.
Muppet. Okay.
No, I'm talking about the anime studio who is known for
I'm
making the Holic anime.
How did you get? When has Gonzo ever appeared in an anime?
Oh
Look,
my god.
I'm gonna admit,
I wouldn't put it past the Henson Company, but
I'm gonna admit something. I thought it was the Muppet too.
Oh my god.
And I
I'm
know
that
what
much
Studio Gonzo.
Oh my god.
I know what Studio Gonzo is, but I still thought we were talking about the fucking Muppet, because I thought it was like there's a scene in Muppet Treasure Island where like his arms are all stretchy and noodly, so I thought it was
I'm like,
that. I thought
why
that was
would
the
you call
Gonzo
it the
effect.
Muppet effect? Why specifically what did Gonzo do to offend anyone?
Gonzo did a lot to offend me. As someone with stretchy limbs, I'm offended.
But yeah.
As literally Monkey D. Luffy, Gonzo has offended me personally.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm just kidding. I'm not noodly. I'm fat.
But yes, like, they all look like, every time I rewatch Crystal, the noodle arms, I just think to myself, oh my god, I haven't seen proportions this bad since Studio Gonzo did fucking, Holic back in 2006.
I'll just say this as well. Thank God they did an art style change once season 3 came around.
Yes, the art style change for like, that season in particular fucking works so good.
Yeah, it does. I don't have, like, I got what they were trying to do for the first 2 seasons. They were trying to be more direct with adapting the art style of the manga, but that works fine enough in stills. In motion, it's a new story entirely.
And it doesn't really work out as well as you'd think.
Right. I realize, going between these 3 different viewings of the same goddamn story, I realize there's a level of expressiveness present in the 90s anime that made a lot of scenes, even if there was a lot of filler and a lot of stupid shit going on between, very charming. Like, just because the characters were super expressive, and they lose that in Crystal. Like, none of the characters are that expressive.
Really?
Right, and not even like, and don't get me wrong, if we're just talking about how it tells the story and how it's covering the manga, it does so pretty well. It has a few issues like, oh god, I forgot about the 4 Kings of Heaven. I forgot what they do with the 4 Kings of Heaven. God help me, I don't want to see the result of what they do with the 4 Kings of Heaven. But, you know, when it does tell the story well, it does it really well. Like, one of the last episodes I've watched was the Sailor Jupiter episode, and I thought that was very good. And I appreciate that, unlike the 90s anime, like, Makoto's emotions and her and her insecurities due to a breakup aren't treated like a fucking joke.
Yeah.
So there's one advantage Crystal has. My girl's done well. So
Yeah.
my girl has done justice.
I will also say, in regards to season 3, I want fucking New Moon ni Koshite to be like a part of my goddamn wedding. It's such a beautiful song.
Oh yeah, like I'll say I like a lot of the song. I do think I'll say the biggest praise I have for Sailor Moon Crystal is soundtrack fucks. It fucks so good.
It fucks hard.
Like I fuck the haters. I think Moon Pride's a great song to for an opening. It's not Moonlight Densetsu, but if you had to do something new, this was great. I think the main instrumental theme that plays throughout the series is amazing.
Yep.
Oh god, the transformations songs. I love the originals a bit more, but these are great.
They're so fucking good, honestly.
Right. So, yeah, I'll still say I like Crystal. I haven't joined the Crystal hatedom, at least not yet. I'm morally gray now, you see.
Oh god.
No, there are people who really fucking hate Crystal, like just cuz and a lot of it from what I noticed does come from a misunderstanding of what it was trying to do. So,
Yeah.
like, a lot of people thought it was going to be a remake of the anime, not understanding that, no, it's another adaptation of the manga the anime was based on. But yeah, so...
All right.
Three different viewings of Sailor Moon going on. My mind is, moonified.
Oh, God, okay. I mean, the other big thing that I've been doing lately is I've been watching fucking Breaking Bad lately.
Yes!
I've been rewatching Breaking Bad because I'm showing, like, the live-in partner Breaking Bad for the first time, and, she fucking hates Walter White.
Most people who with a sense of morality hate Walter White, but it's funny that you're rewatching Breaking Bad, because you know what I've also been rewatching?
Better Call Saul?
Better Call Saul?
Yes! Because Better Call Saul is, like, my favorite series ever, so...
That doesn't surprise me, given like given how long I've known you for, and I believe you've quoted Better Call Saul in passing a lot.
Correction, I've quoted the Better Call Saul episode "Chicanery" in passing a lot.
Yes, you've quoted
Chicanery.
Chicanery is a fucking amazing episode.
Yeah, I love Chicanery, but it's such a quotable episode, and one of my favorite gifs to use is Chuck McGill yelling, "What a sick joke!" Because it's perfect. I love it so much.
It really is, honestly. But like, yeah, I'm showing the live-in partner Breaking Bad, and like, we're up to the end of season 2. We just got to like episode 12. And yeah, and I distinctly remember watching that one and kind of just watching how it ends and just thinking to myself, I have acid reflux. So I sleep on my side a lot because because one of the very rare things that can happen when you have acid reflux is that you can cough in your sleep and you can like start to vomit after a while if it gets that bad. So I sleep on my side a lot because the way that episode ends could very well happen to me if that ends up happening to me in my sleep.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that's a terrifying thing. It's why I sleep on my side a lot, and it's why I don't eat anything like well before I go to bed.
It's funny though, like with season 2, the end of season 2 is where people really start to really dislike Walter as a person, which is funny because I say the exact same thing when I tell friends about BoJack Horseman. So,
well, I mean, the live-in partner Gemma, she essentially like fucking started to hate Walter as early as like near the end of season 1, and I'm just sitting here like. Yeah, that's about right. You're honestly probably one of the more well-adjusted viewers to hate him justifiably at that point, because he's such a prick.
Yeah, it's strange to me that I see Skylar on the list of like most hated TV characters when it's like, fuck off. Fuck
Fuck
off,
off!
please.
Skylar White did nothing wrong. Skylar White had never
Right.
did anything wrong in the
I guess there
entirety
was
of the
this.
show.
I guess there was this list of like most hated like TV characters, like top 100, and among those mentioned, not only was Skylar brought up, but also Wendy Testaburger from South Park, and that blew my mind because I am a like obviously I'm a big South Park fan, and Wendy's one of my favorite characters. So
Look, I'm gonna say something about Skylar White real quick. I'm gonna say something about the hate about Skylar White real quick. The hate in regards to Skylar White as a character in Breaking Bad and saying that she is the worst character in that show, at the very least, it's probably a very huge showing of how it's a very huge showing about how media illiterate people are on the internet, especially back then when they are
right.
trying to justifiably bring about all this hate for Skylar, who realistically has done nothing wrong in the entirety of the show and is acting very, very much on the level for someone who is in her position. At the absolute worst, it's misogyny.
Yeah, it's no, and keep in mind this list I'm talking about is recent. It was done. The poll was done this year, and people are still up their own ass about Skylar. And again, Wendy, who I'm like, Wendy didn't do shit wrong. Fuck you. I know, and I
Yeah.
understand. And keep in mind, this isn't the first time. Like, this isn't the first time chuds who tend to lean right misread something about South Park. I mean, we saw it happen with their Panderverse special, where a special that was
Ah.
directly making fun of people like this. And the people
Yeah.
they were making fun of thought it was supporting them. I know people have issues with Matt and Trey, and don't get me wrong, I kind of do too. I have some issues with them. But I love the fact that they know how to fuck with their worst fans.
Yeah, and again, those worst fans don't fucking get it. They're so media illiterate, they actually think that South Park is on their side. South Park hasn't been on your side for at least a decade, you chuds.
No, it's like it's so funny to me that Matt and Trey have kind of become the perfect trolls at this point. because
they've been doing this.
because
They've been in the game for so long. I don't think even they know which side they lean on at this point. They're just
no,
like,
but at the same time, it's just funny to me because they've mastered the art of making fun of folks who like get pissy over quote unquote woke stuff while doing it in a way that makes these same people think that they're supporting them. It's kind of magical.
it is just a little bit, yeah.
And like I said,
Wild.
I'm not ride or die for Parker and Stone, keep in mind. I've had some issues with them, some shit they've said and some shit they've written. But I gotta respect the game here. Like,
And also, like, fucking, when did South Park initially debut? 97?
yeah.
If they go on for, like, at least another 3 years, they would have been doing this for, like, 3 decades.
God, I feel old.
How do you think I feel? If they make it to 30, I will be 31.
Well, here's the funny thing about South Park to me is that South Park is kind of something that while I have my issues with, like South Park is a show I have a bit of a complicated relationship with. The episodes I really like, but the episodes I hate, I really fucking hate. So
It kind of be
but
like
it's also
that.
but it is a show I kind of feel a bit of this close personal connection to because I lived most of my life in Colorado, and that
Oh,
was
no.
something we were kind of known for the longest time. Before weed legalization happened, South Park was the thing Colorado was most known for.
Ugh.
Oh, God, no.
And it's so weird. It's kind of weird, and I kind of love that. So I kind of have a bit of pride in that, if I'm being real. Like, despite some of my issues with the show, like,
That's sort of like how, well, I was originally born in Tasmania, and like,
mhm.
that's sort of
Huh.
like people being all like, oh, so like, do you actually have Tasmanian devils there? And I have to unfortunately tell Americans, no, they're actually very much endangered. Like, there's only one place in the entirety of the entire state you could go see them, and there's like only 3 or 4 remaining.
Jesus. anything like any place you lived, Missy, where like someone knows something from it, or
Well, I mean, she lives in New
Oh
Jersey.
yeah, I mean,
oh right, I forgot. I need to remember where my friends fucking live.
yeah, I mean, I don't fault you for forgetting that I live in New Jersey. And I mean that wholeheartedly with no offense or shade. But no, I mean, New Jersey's got a lot of fascinating history, but that, it's kind of been overshadowed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I was just like my friend's been showing me a bunch of Always Sunny episodes, and not so long ago I saw the one where they go to the Jersey Shore, and I think that pretty much speaks for itself.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, everyone makes fun of Jersey, and Jersey makes fun of everyone else.
I have to
Yeah.
ask, have you ever heard of the song Who Will Save New Jersey at any point in your
No.
life?
No, I've not.
I have to share this with you at some point, because I feel that was the first time I ever properly like heard of New Jersey, and I'm just like, oh god, this sounds like a terrible place to live. And then I realized it's
I
from,
ain't
like...
even heard it, and I am so sorry.
Oh god.
Because if it's anything like how people treat New Jersey, I can only imagine.
God damn.
Oh god. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I finally got around to starting up Spider-Man 2. Shit's fucking good.
Oh yeah, I played through that. I got that for my as a birthday present actually, and I played through it, and it was a lot of fun. I really loved it.
Neat.
Oh,
Uh,
sick.
And you know, there's a lot in it, and so many good things that would probably make it my pick for game of the year. My game of the year is still Final Fantasy 16. Thank you. I'm biased.
You know what?
Final
Fair.
Fantasy 16 is so good, though.
It is
Yeah,
so
it is.
good. But I'm not surprised that the game of the year was actually Baldur's Gate 3.
I still need to play
No,
that.
I'm not surprised either.
I really want to play that. I just don't have money right now, so
Yeah, same. Like that, and I'm also like realizing, holy fuck, beginning of the year has so many goddamn games coming out. Like Tekken 8 and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth come out the exact same fucking day.
God, I still need to play Like a Dragon Gaiden as well. So
Same.
like God, so much Like a Dragon content. Persona 3 Reload, which I'm very excited for.
That comes out in March, I think.
Yeah, I have a
yeah.
friend. I have friends in the cast. That feels so surreal to me.
That
I
is
need you
wild.
to understand. Like, this is a game I played in high school, and now I'm seeing this remake that has people I know in it. Like Justine Lee, who plays Ken. I've been friends with her for years, and then you have Austin, who's playing Hidetoshi, which yeah, know him. Like so this is gonna be so odd to me.
Fucking wild.
I know, it's crazy.
Oh god. I'm gonna have to blitz through Spider-Man 2 this upcoming week because I had last week off. I thought I was gonna play a lot of it because I had COVID last week, and I had like Pandemically the entirety of the week. And but as it turns out, when you have COVID, you don't really have a lot of energy to do a lot of things, and that includes
No,
playing
you
video
don't.
games.
No, yeah, you're gonna be low energy, unfortunately.
Yeah, like the only things I could really get up to do was just like get up, get water, get tea, and then sit my ass back down in my computer chair for like indefinitely. And then I would just like flump on the bed and have like naps in the afternoon, which is nice.
Yeah,
to be
sounds
honest.
about right.
Yeah, and like
Mhm.
naps are fucking good. I need to take more of them more often. But like, but like Spider-Man 2 is pretty much going to be the game I'm going to be blitzing through this entire week. But like, according to the game, I'm already 20% through. But like, it feels like I'm barely that long in.
Yeah, there's a lot to do if you're counting like not only the main story but also all the side shit. Like,
Yeah.
and some of some of the side missions feel very fleshed out in their own right with some really cool. I won't spoil anything, but there's some really fucking amazing Easter eggs that I am surprised they managed to pull off. So,
Oh yeah, like
uh,
it makes me really sad it didn't win any awards at the TGAs, but also the TGAs kind of fucking suck.
yeah, they do. But I will say, it may not have won awards, but it is it did immediately reach Meme Hall of Fame thanks to Bully Lowenthal.
Oh
am
yeah, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I've heard so many memes about like how Yuri Lowenthal ends up just becoming like the fucking Bully Parker, and I'm like, oh boy.
I've always wanted a sequel to Bully Maguire. I am so fucking happy we got one.
Oh my god.
I love this franchise. I love this franchise so much.
And like apparently fucking Bethesda is making the Blade game.
Yeah. There's a lot of
right, what?
Marvel. Like, speaking as someone who hates the oversaturation of Marvel shit, I'm kind of into the games. Like,
Yeah, like if Marvel could just chill on movies and TV shows for like the next few years and just pump out really good fucking video games, that would be an awesome compromise in my opinion.
yeah, like I'm also very excited for Insomniac's Wolverine game, mainly because
Oh, I
Insomniac's
forgot that's a thing.
quality. Yeah, Insomniac's quality has been relatively consistent, especially with Spidey. So I'm looking forward to see how they handle Wolverine, especially since Wolverine's one of my faves. So,
Oh, that's gonna be so fucking good.
um, God, and like the last time we had a really good, notable Wolverine game was when, surprisingly, have either of you played the game based on the movie X-Men Origins Wolverine?
No.
No, but I remember hearing about it.
Okay,
Weirdly.
so if you don't know, X-Men Origins Wolverine, well, first of all, terrible fucking movie. I'm sure you're not surprised, but
Nope,
What?
not surprised at all.
but
Is that the one that came after First Class?
no,
It's the
before.
one that was directly before First Class.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, but there was a licensed game for X-Men Origins Wolverine, and it kicked ass. Mainly because it was a fun hack and slash, but it was also gory as shit and M-rated. And keep in mind, this was years before Logan came out, so
That does not surprise me, to be honest. Also, fucking fun little fact. Do any of you pay attention to pop music?
Barely.
not much.
It's a coin flip whether I'm going to recognize what you're talking about.
Okay, it's related to X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh,
You
no.
know the kid that plays young Logan in the first fucking scene of the movie?
Yeah.
That's singer Troye Sivan.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Who's
he
Troye
went,
Sivan?
so he went from being the little kid version of Wolverine to being the literal fucking gay agenda in pop music nowadays.
Beautiful.
Like
Praxis.
that's such a fucking pipeline. He goes from like little fucking kid Wolverine in 2009 to being this literally the most literally Billboard chop topping twink within like 5 years.
I think the funniest, like, pipeline from Origins Wolverine to now is probably Liev Schreiber, because he went from playing Sabretooth in that movie to being the villain in the MLP movie to being fucking Kingpin.
Oh, you're right. You are right.
Yeah. And the
Oh my
thing
gosh,
is,
that was
I
all
heard,
him?
yeah, I heard he was in both MLP and Spider-Verse because he wanted to be in more things his kids could watch. So I think
Oh
that's
my
nice
God,
and
we
wholesome.
love
Oh, we
that.
love it.
We love it. We love that effect,
yeah, yeah.
honestly. It's fucking good.
Yes.
Right,
God,
right.
yeah.
And I haven't seen the MLP movie in a long time, but I remember him being kind of fun in that role. So
I've never actually seen it.
I remember it being fun. I remember
I know a lot of people who have seen it, and all of them said it was a very good time.
yeah, the soundtrack slaps. That's my favorite aspect of it, aside from the animation. So
Well, that does. Ask me how much that surprises me.
I mean, it helps that a lot of the celebrity casting was stage experienced actors, so the singing is fucking godly. So
Yeah. It's the one that has
Also,
Sia in it, right?
yeah, unfortunately, yes, it has Sia, but it also has uh broken horn unicorn edgelord pony as the villain, and that's my favorite character
Oh my god.
because she has the voice of Emily Blunt, and I fucking love Emily Blunt. So,
As you do.
and she's playing the most edgelordy character ever: a unicorn, broken horn, scar over her eye. Ow, the edge.
Oh god.
I kind of have this weird soft spot for things that try too hard to be edgy. It's great.
Oh my god. I'm only just realizing it's getting to the hour point. Should we start wrapping this up?
Yeah, sure. Like a Christmas present.
Hey,
Fuck
fucking-
you both.
Fucking, what is everyone getting up to for the next half of the month?
Mostly celebrating the holidays with different people. I know I'm celebrating Christmas a bit early with my roommate and a couple friends this week because I'll be leaving to spend the holidays with family on the 18th. So,
Damn. Okay.
go ahead.
Go on.
I
Who
was
you
just
got?
Oh my
God.
god.
I was just gonna say. Other than that, I'm
We're
editing.
both sitting at the stoplight. I'm giving you right of way.
Other than that, I'm mostly just doing more editing for shorts for Animation Epic. So that's fun.
Are you doing any progress on that goddamn video essay you've been working on for like several months by this point?
I'm trying to be able to capture the goddamn footage, but no matter what I do, it doesn't fucking work. So.
Shit.
So either I need to find an alternate means of getting footage, or someone who's willing to go out, buy the movie, and capture the footage, or someone I could send the movie to do the same thing.
The perils that no one ever sees when you watch video essays on YouTube.
Yeah, it's interesting. What are you doing though, Missy?
The second half of December, I am actually taking off from streaming. Just to spend some time with family and work on stuff on my own. I've been doing recently I've been stepping into a new medium, which is animating.
Yes, you've been
Ooh.
showing
and
me
I-
this.
Yes, I've Jazzy, remind me. I will send you what I've been working on.
Please do. I'm very curious.
I've been working on basically being on the other side of the anime, and having a lot of fun animating freehand.
Hell yeah.
I blame an artist friend for getting me addicted to animating by hand.
You know what? That's valid, but also that's fucking amazing. We love to see just branching out like that. That's cool.
Queen shit right there.
Genuinely queen shit. I already talked about what I'm doing, which is getting those 2 videos out before the end of the month. Aside from that, honestly, aside from this, and aside from getting those videos done, I'm basically just taking it pretty chill because, like, this year has been fucking... It's been busy. It's been...
Also, especially recently, you should still be resting a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is also what I am planning on doing because I have this week off as well. So, like, I've just had 2
Fucking
weeks...
bonk, 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 bonk.
Please. But also, like, you will also need to bonk me about the other thing I'm gonna need to try and get done during this week, which is that audition I got.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like, I'm really pumped to try and get that
Oh,
done.
don't worry. I'm keeping focus.
Good. Thank you. But after that, I am just gonna take a huge fucking long break from doing videos. Like, I'm probably going to announce this, like, end of the month for an end of the year wrap-up update. But I'm probably not going to be releasing any new content in January and possibly February. But when I say new, I mean like stuff that I haven't already like had on the back burner. I'll talk more.
Right.
I will talk more about that when I release that video, because yeah, it goes back to the whole SAG strike thing. There's a lot of stuff I wasn't able to release this year because of that goddamn strike.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, but aside from that, oh gosh, we're actually getting to do one of these before the end of the year. This is so weird. We didn't get to do one of these last year.
We'll see you all next year.
Merry Quiggy to all.
Oh wait.
Merry Chrysler.
Oh no. Oh no. Problem, guys.
What?
I wasn't recording.
What?
No!
Yeah, I only just saw that. I only just
You're
fucking saw
joking.
that.
You're fucking joking.
You're right, I am joking. I just had to get one last chafe in! I had to get one last fucking chafe in before the end of the year.
All right, the
And on
podcast
that
is
note-
not coming back next
On
year.
that
Goodbye,
note,
everyone.
I am announcing my immediate resignation from the Chaotically podcast.
It's been great, guys. We'll see you next year. Bye!
Bye! Fuck you.